Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little tutorial. I know I've never done one like this before, but since I have found that I really enjoy watercoloring with the Distress inks on my stamped images, I found a lot of positive comments and I wanted to make sure that I did this video for you because I need to make a couple of Father's Day cards, so I figure why not turn the camera on. So the stamps that I've used are by Art Impressions. I've had these for a couple of years now, and I've just never taken them out, but both my father-in-law and my father-in-law does enjoy fishing, but these two cards are going to be for my stepfather and my husband. So they don't really have a Father's Day theme. It's more birthday-ish, but I figured for my husband I can use this one that says "To a Real Catch," and then "Hope your day is fantastic. Good thing come to those who bait." I don't know. I need to stamp out another set of these, but for the sake of the video, we're just going to start with this one. So over to the side, you'll see I have some ink on my grid here on the glass mat. I've used tea dye, brushed corduroy, chipped sapphire, pine needles, aged mahogany, and festive berries. And these are just some of the colors I have. I've ordered some more because this is all I've got. So I definitely need to invest in more of these little minis. They're just easier to manage, and this is something you can do anywhere, I feel like. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to put my little stamped image here ahead of me so I kind of know what we are dealing with. And I know I want to give... So this is just a regular Tim Holtz brush pen, watercolor brush pen, and you literally just go with that. I find that this is much easier to control with the fine tip. You can get a lot of the shading that is really popular. I always found that with markers, I was not able to shade properly. But with this method, it's so much easier. You can also use, like I showed you in my project share for the Mayhem collab on those stamps, I used the Wink of Stella pen, and that obviously gives it a shine, a glittery shine, but I didn't want that for Father's Day cards. So this video might be a little bit longer. I do have to get dressed after this though and take my son over to Planet Fitness. He applied for a job there, and so he has an interview today. So wish him luck. This was one of his bucket list items. He really wants to work at a gym, so... Alright. So, I feel like with the Wink of Stella, there's a little bit more control than with a watercolor brush. This is only the second time, honestly, that I've ever used a watercolor brush, because again, it frustrated me so much with like watercolor paints. So, give the little bobbin some red here. Alright, let's go for our little chum bucket. And you don't need a whole lot of the, this would help your distress inks go a long way. Alright, so let's do the tea dye color. That's the color I like doing for skin tone. And let's see. I always end up missing some fingers. And let's see, this stamp didn't stamp 100%. I had to use my old school Fisker's platform because I don't care for the Tim Holtz one. I can't get it to work no matter what I do. So I didn't even bother pulling that out. But I didn't want to take more time out of the video by not having everything stamped. So we're just going to go with it. We're going to give this guy a little bit darker complexion than the other guy. The other guy is going to be older than this guy, so he's going to be a little bit more pale with some gray hair. And yes, I have stamped this out on watercolor paper. Okay. So now let's go back in and give this guy a red hat over here. I think that'll look good with his gray hair. Okay. I think that looks good. While we're at it, let's make our puppy a brown color. I forget to talk to the camera, you guys. I'm sorry. You get the drift, though, of what I'm doing. Like I said, I find this a lot easier and more manageable than Copics or any of the other markers I have and have tried. I mean, I like my Copics for some things, but the whole idea that I can shade is just, I don't know, it's cool to me the way that it looks. Just looks more finished, I guess. And you can give them more dimension. Alright, so let's do some fishes. And two, with watercoloring, it's okay if you go outside the lines because you're gonna fussy cut these anyway. That I did mess up on. Alright. Alright, we have a fishy done. Now we need our boat. I'm on video. Had to stop the boy from talking and potentially cursing. I'm sure on camera this looks pink, but it's the aged mahogany color. Do some blue water. Alright, so now we're going to give this guy a blue jacket. Or a blue vest. A blue fishing vest. And then this guy is going to have a green one. Let's give him a green hat. He's a matchy-matchy. And we're going to give him some dark little sideburns here. Let's see. Well, I guess we could go ahead and give him a light brown shirt. And then we'll go back in once it's a little bit dry and do any touch-up, shading, that kind of thing. And the other guy, what color shirt should he have? Maybe the tea dye, just a little bit darker. That looks good for now. Alright, oops. There we go. So that is my version of watercoloring stamps. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it was a little bit longer, but I wanted to make sure I showed y'all how I have learned to do a little bit of shading, a little bit of coloring with watercolors, not watercolors, watercolor pens, and the Distress inks. The Distress oxides do not work. It's just the Distress inks that I'm able to control well enough to get some shading. So I hope you guys try this method out. If you have, let me know how you like it in the comment section below, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Much love!